This is our level meter. So give a warm hand.
And in fact, already more than 10 years ago, a mayor from Denver said we are currently living in the century of cities. The century of nation states has been, of empires has been, but now it's about the cities. And in fact, in 2020, 6.3 billion people gonna live in urban environment. That is almost double as many as today. So, and here you see the arrangement of the cities that we have in the world. They are typically in Asia or South and Middle America, but they are also here and there in Europe and North America. But to tell you the truth, it doesn't make a big difference if we look into a city of 100,000 or a million people. I hope there are Spanish people. Do you recognize the picture I brought you? On the right-hand side is hard to see. That was in Madrid when the Pope visited you recently. And on the left-hand side, we do have Berlin with the World Championship. So we have crowds of people. We have crowds of cars. So I've been in a traffic jam this morning, and that was in fact caused by the thunderstorm we had tonight. So streets were closed, and you see them not only in Asia and Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, but also in Berlin. So this is quite common wherever you look. So, but what means smartness of a city? Well, if you look, well, you might know the German car called Smart, quite fancy car. Well, I'm puzzled what Google offers me when I looked for Smart, other funny things, but at the end I found a good definition, which is about the capability of making adjustments which resemble human decisions, in particular in response to changing circumstances. Or you may call it being specific, measurable, accepted, realistic, and timely. And that is what we want to do within cities. In fact, we want to integrate, as of today, separated systems. This is depicted, for example, by Siemens in that picture, or by Telecom, or by IBM, which you might have come across along their IBM Smarter Planet initiative. In the core of all this, it's about information and communication technologies being reshaped. So we work here in Berlin on the Internet of Things and Internet of Data. So we work on making the cars communicating. We work on the Internet of Services and businesses, for example, enable new solutions in open government. And at the bottom, it's about creating a new architecture for the Internet that we used to have for several decades now. It requires, these solutions require also a new called future Internet. So, and that makes it then, or brings us a nerve system for the city, so that we can continuously sense the network society. That figure here might be a little embarrassing, but it's about knowing what is going on in our environments. And by that, we can then offer the data and punctual information. For example, Berlin created the first ever German open data portal, with which eventually, you cannot see now, should show a train monitor, which gives real-time information on the schedules of the public transport. Or we may enable Fix My City scenarios where people can inform administration about certain problems. And we might think about dynamic traffic signs so that we adjust things like the green zone to the current environmental situation. And of course, there are so many more ideas which applications to build. And for that, we do have created competitions. Berlin was again first with an app for Berlin competition. Then we made it into a German competition, and currently we run a European competition. And I'd like to invite you all to consider contributing. The deadline is still open, another month to go. Please submit your ideas for application, and then you might be invited to go to Shanghai to the Smart City Expo. And that brings me to the end. If you want to read more about our research on ICT, information and communication technologies for smart cities, please look there. And it remains to invite you to join the team in this interesting, challenging research and come to Berlin.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.